Recording in progress.
Ouais, c'est avec ça, ça m'a dit, شو الجابات
Evening, ladies and gentlemen, let's give the chair less than 5 minutes. He has just landed at the airport. He's gonna join in less than 4 minutes. It's a countdown. Sorry about that.
Shares leadership.
Oh, Comrade Madonna, are you good?
We're good, my leader.
Yes, I've been here the whole week.
Good to see the likes of Mr. Montana.
Oh, Montana is here.
Yes.
Let's greet him. Lekam Khalap.
Pabela munno issue mwetele pele ka ditsuhile.
Zuder gagwale na malume ajo.
Yeah, no, ke tamisha le na Madonna ke mutamisha.
Wa fika
Ngiqalile ke Montana, masenza xoxa sinizwa phela ngoku. Asinizwa manje. Sisizwa.
Madonna ke lezulu le dlala ahore kwe Madonna.
Izwa. Ngiyarikwa.
Members. The chairperson has joined.
Fanele ukufundisa Madonna. Wena
it's sleeping you here.
Wena no blouse nifuna political education ayikho lento leyo.
Good evening, comrades. Good evening, colleagues.
All the members, Valerie.
Good evening, colleagues. I'll offer political education after this session in my house here in Acacia. You can come, comrades. Colleagues, I think
no, it's for Bloss and Madonna. Political education.
Okay.
Sure. On the national question. Thank you.
We are meeting in this session, colleagues, to reflect now on the submission that we would have jointly made individually and whether through various ways that we would have consolidated in terms of the shortlisting that we agreed we are going to have in relation to tech. Now, without wasting time, colleagues, I've seen in the group, maybe I must greet you once again and greet the colleagues, our support team. We have our support team would have received your inputs. I'm going to request that our colleague Alma take us through what would have consolidated, what the areas of differences, and we agree about the numbers. We agreed that we're going to shortlist 21, and then we take it from there in terms of discussion and inputs. I don't think we should be far from each. We would be far, or we should be far from each other in terms of what would have submitted. And as thus, I don't expect us to take a lot of time on this particular process. Alma, if you can go through.
Good evening, Chair and members. I'm flighting the screen. I just think I need to make it a little bit bigger. Thank you for the input, members. Out of the 73 nominations that was received, we've whittled it down previously in the groupings and looking at the requirements to 51. Out of the 51, the list that was submitted to the members came to a total of 37. Out of the 37, there were 4 nominees that were nominated by all of the members that sent through lists. So those 4 are the strongest ones. There's no query there between the members on them. Then we had 15, where 3 of the submitting lists had their names on. So that already gives us a good grouping of 19. And then we have 4 nominees where they were submitted or picked by 2 different lists. And then 14 additional ones, which was only selected by 1 member. If members go through the list, members would have seen out of the 14, there's quite a few of them that may have some conflicts based on where they sit on boards at the moment. So if members were to stick to the target of 21, round about 21, we can have 23 if we take these top 3 groupings where there's more than one support system or one support list for them. So Chair, I also just highlighted them in their tables. It's a good selection. We've got quite a few legal. If we look at the top ones, which is the green and the blue, we've got a good grouping to choose from in terms of legal. Some like this candidate, for example, Zonika Charlie, already has some experience on the ports regulator, and the ports regulator will be starting off the TER, the Transport Economic Regulator. So they already have a good background there, for example. So the blue ones, I would also agree there with members. There's adjudication experience, legal experience. Some of them, for example, this candidate here, number 10, there's just some questions that can be looked at if that candidate is selected in terms of the background check. So, Chair, I think those top 3 lists are very good in my opinion. I just want to get to the green ones. Why I'm saying for the ones that have one selection, just as an example, Prof. Havenga is currently at the PRASA board, so that would be a conflict of interest. If he's still on the PRASA board when the commission kicks into gear. But I did also just want to point out here's the green ones, the top ones. Dr. Miller had no issues come up in the searches with economics background. Bongani Ngoko, transport, engineering and rail, nice strong background there. Dr. Moyana, it's just this RTMC matter, but that Labour Court decision indicated that the suspension was unlawful. So that might come up in the background search. We'll have to see what that result is. And then Dr. Milueni, the ATNS, currently a board member at ATNS. Now, ATNS is more on the safety side of the aviation. It's not necessarily the fees for aviation, but ATNS does also charge fees that feed into the costs of aviation. So we'll just have to keep that in mind when if members select the candidate for the interviews, and we'll have to just double check on the term that's left for that ATNS board. So, Chair, I just wanted to point those ones out for those top selections, but it's a nice broad spectrum of all the requirements. These ones that have been picked by one member don't necessarily have the requirements listed in the legislation. So, for example, Dr. Skipper is quite popular on quite a few boards. But the background here is engineering, health and safety, but there's also governance experience. But for the council, they don't necessarily need to have those experiences focus areas. And as I said, quite a few boards currently serving on, so there might be a bit of time issues, because members would have seen in the legislation as well, Minister will be appointing out of the group that's the list of names that will go to Minister, members of the TEC that serve on a bit more almost a full-time basis and ones that are part-time. So the candidates that are selected really should have time available to serve, and there should be a good mix between those. So, Chair, this is my assessment for members, and my proposal would be to go with these top 3 groups as the shortlist, and then it's well within the 21-23 number that members indicated. And then we'll see what the background checks come up with out of those groupings. So, Chair, that is as short as I can keep it for this evening. Thank you, Chair.
Thank you very much. I want to appreciate honorable members. I told you, I know you, colleagues. In actual fact, we should have just agreed with the honorable Ghana when he said he has done the homework, because you are closer to each other, all of you. So I want to move that to propose that we go with the recommendation made by Alma, that we take the top 3 and we arrive at 23, unless if there is any fundamental difference. I'm going to get your views quickly. Is there anyone who wants to speak? I don't think we should be taking much. Honorable Malamat.
Thank you very much. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, comrades. I think here we are displaying maturity. I want to lobby the members that let's support what the chair is suggesting. This displays maturity. There's no any hidden agenda. It's very clear. In your language, Madonna, intando yabantu, which I really want to support. Thank you.
Intando yabantu, Madonna. Hey. Thank you very much.
Chair.
Oh, because they are mentioning your name, you just wake up for a second, Madonna.
Yeah, Chair, I support the proposal, and I understood Malumacha to be moving, and then I support.
Thanks very much. Colleagues, I think we are done. We have 23 members that are shortlisted. They'll be taken for vetting now. From there, we'll then for screening. Is screening right? Alma?
Yes, Chair. It is a check for security in terms of criminal record and cases against them, and it's also a check on the qualifications.
And then from there, we can go straight to interviews.
Yes, Chair. As soon as we have an indication from our support teams on the time they would need to finish the screening, then we will be able to schedule the interviews.
Thanks very much, colleagues. I really appreciate your maturity and your interest of working for the nation in a joint manner, such that we even agree that we made this time. That is not to be taken for granted. I really appreciate you, colleagues. Can I then agree that we are done?
So there's no dissenting view from the MK chair.
No, they are the ones who submitted the solid report. Why are you having problem with my colleagues?
No, I support, Chair. The MK party support the decision of the meeting.
I don't know why Bloss has problem with you, Muntaga. I don't know. What happened in the house? Were you differing today? Ms. Kobe, can you say a word there? Ms. Kobe?
I'm a little bit indisposed that I am in the meeting. Good to hear from all colleagues. Thanks, Chair.
Okay. Thanks very much. Colleagues, the meeting is at this rate. We have shortlisted. We have 23 names. They are going for screening, and therefore the meeting is officially closed.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair.
Good night.
Good night.
Long leave.
Don't do things that some of us don't do. Discipline tonight.
Political education session is open now, comrades. You can come to the house.
Hey, it's late now.